always try to keep myself in a position to learn. So that's the main reason, along with the fellowshipping and getting to know my brothers that I serve with. That's important to me that way. If there's a chink in the arm or in the link, we can step in and help each other out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And this is great because I've seen you before. When I come to JITB, I've seen you before, and I've said that you are an engaged person. That is actually real. Mr. Petaway, that name tag you have one? I want you to take it off. Take it off, please. Okay. And I want you to replace it with this one. I want you to write leader on this one. And then I'll tell you why. Go ahead, take that one off, throw it away. Dave. And Dave gave me a look like, oh, why? He's trying to scrutinize why I'm going to ask him these questions. Don't worry, Dave, you can trust me. Why'd you come here this weekend?
And I've found the Lord and to, like everyone else said, fellowship with the brothers, learn them more.
Interesting. To learn them more. Okay, excellent, perfect, absolutely perfect, absolutely perfect, absolutely perfect. Demetrius and the Gladiators, why did you come here this weekend?
2 reasons. Male role models, see how they interpret the word. And second, I've never felt like I've ever had like a real conversation with the Lord. I feel like I found messages. So
Okay.
I can figure that.
Okay.
Spirituality.
Okay. Okay. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. Do me a favor, will you? Take that tag off, please. Write senator on this one. And I'm not saying let's speak it into existence. That's not what I'm saying. You'll figure out why when I tell you. John Baptist, why did you come this weekend?
To further get to know.
Okay.
To basically the same thing.
Understood. Yeah. Understood. I like that word because we're going to talk about that word. That's a tremendous word. We're going to talk. I'm cutting you off. Are you done?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Very cool. Very cool. Pastor Ty.
You put this on yourself, please.
Sure. I'll be glad to.
Thank you.
Checking them.
Yes.
Pastor Ty.
Yes, sir.
Why did you come here this weekend? Besides, well, I've had to come here. Give me something. Why'd you come here?
To have a new encounter with the Lord and to learn more of my brothers and sons of the ministry.
Interesting. Interesting. How long you been at JITB?
12 years.
12 years. It's a long time. And they call you Pastor Ty, correct?
Yes.
Absolutely. I want you to take that tag off. And you're getting married soon, true, right?
Yes.
Congratulations. Okay, don't be nervous. I can hear the nervousness in his voice. Don't be nervous. You're going to put another tag. I want you to write more on there. More. Why more? We need more of you. More. 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 I've been here 12 years. I need more. Give more. Manuel, why'd you come here this weekend?
To learn how to productively talk to men and to get closer to God.
Okay. That was a short answer. No, I like short answers. Long answers bore me. But I can tell you've been thinking about that answer as I walked around the room. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Take that tag off, please. Here's a new tag. You're going to put Kubiak on there. Kubiac, because you said you were Kubiak, and I heard the whole Kubiak reference when I listened in about a week or so ago. Everybody who know who Kubiak is?
Yeah.
Kubiac? You know who Kubiak is?
No.
Kubiak? That's Gary Kubiak. You know what? Take another. Because they probably know who Kubiak is when you brought it up. You can put another tag on too. Go ahead, you can Kubiak. Put Cephas on this. Cephas. Cephas. Cephas means the rock. Okay? And I've always called you the rock. Why? Because you remind me of the rock. You remind me of Cephas. You remind me of the rock. Cephas. Carl. Brother Carl. Brother smiles. He's always smiling, which I think is good. And he's trying not to smile right now. He's getting serious because he said, this man is coming back here. He's going to ask me a serious question. So he's trying to get serious. Carl. Why did you come here this weekend?
To learn more about my brothers.
Okay, and there is no right answer. You don't have to give me the answer that you think I want to hear. You might have said, "Well, listen, I wanted to get out my neighborhood. That's why I came up here this weekend." Pastor Mike was pressuring me. That's why I came. So go ahead.
To learn more about my brothers.
Okay.
And to fellowship with them, and also to encounter, to learn more of the word.
Okay.
And encounter, and have an encounter.
Cool. No, without doubt. I'm understanding that. Definitely. Take that tag off. No, Carl, I was listening to you. I don't want to cut you off ever. Go ahead. Were you still talking? Okay, cool. Put more on here. More. And you're going to find out more. You're going to find out more about more. Josh, I'm coming. I'm good. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. Mr. Petaway, this is the most important thing I'm doing today. Youngster, what's your? No, I know your name. You're Ronell. Ronell, why did you come here? Put your tag on, Ronell.
Yeah.
Ronell said, "Oh man, this is serious. This man is serious." Yeah, I'm serious. Go ahead. Tell the truth why you came here, Ronell.
My mom and dad already paid the money for me
Okay. Okay. How old are you?
16.
Okay, you're 16. You're a young man. The one thing that men always need to learn is integrity. That was integrity. That was honesty. You told me the honest truth. It was not necessarily what I wanted to hear, but it was integrity. Thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Youngster, Anthony, that's Mark Anthony right there. Why did you come here this weekend?
Because I got told I was coming like a week before I was coming. I already got told plans.
Okay, right. They told you to get yourself up here, right? You're coming. Okay, that's integrity. That's honesty. How old are you?
17.
Okay, you're 17. Okay, great. I like that. I like that. Take your tags off. Both of you. And Anthony, you got to put your tag on when it's time to put it on. Not now, not now, not now. You got to follow instructions. Men follow instructions. You're going to write young leader.
Okay.
You're going to write young leader. And then put your tag on. Josh, why did you come here this weekend?
To have a good experience.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Really? What kind of experience?
Like it's looking real good, so like to have a good experience.
Okay, I'm not going to press you too much. Okay. Take that tag off. And somebody, if I didn't tell you to remove your tag, it doesn't mean anything. Like Dave. Dave's like, well, why did he leave my tag on? Don't worry about it, Dave. I know, I know who you are. I know who you are. Somebody pass this to Josh, please, and give him a marker. Everybody has a tag? I want to form a circle. And I want you to stand next to somebody who you don't normally stand next to. Somebody you don't know all that well, okay? We're going to form a circle around the room, and we're going to grab hands. And it's not a prayer circle.
What names did you give them?
Oh, young leader. Put young leader on there. Come on, Mr. Petaway. Come on in there. Come on, more. Come on.
Good job.
There we go.
That's why I know I won't be here. I was trying to.
Okay, cool. And widen it out a little bit, fellas.
Like that chair.
Yep.
Yeah, Papa.
And it's not a prayer circle. It's not a prayer circle. I didn't come to have a prayer circle. Does anybody feel uncomfortable?
No.
You shouldn't. We're men. We are men. And very few places can men stand up today in 2026 and say they're men. See, it makes me feel good when I say we're men. We're men. Go ahead. Men, yes. It should come with a different kind of feeling in your chest because we are men. Does every man know everyone else on the circle? Just nod your head, yes or no. Do the men of JITB work together as a team? Someone be transparent.
No.
I love that transparency because more than one man spoke up. Did you realize that one of the problems with men, I didn't say Christian men don't know how to communicate with men. Men don't know how to feel comfortable with men. Men don't know how to talk with men, feel comfortable with men. That's why we walk around the streets mean mugging each other all the time, sizing each other up all the time. Can I take him? What's he about? Why is he looking at my girl? Because men are not comfortable with men. Anybody feel uncomfortable?
No.
Okay. One of the reasons, excuse me, Brother Carl. One of the reasons why men don't feel comfortable with men is from the time they are tiny, their major communication comes from women. They grow up in single parent homes, women. Women run the homes, women. Even if it's not single parent, woman runs the home, women does the discipline, women do the screaming and shouting. You go to elementary school, and next thing you know, you're reared by women in school because there are very few male teachers in elementary school. So I'm always hearing the voice of women. I go to middle schools, the same deals. Most of the teachers are women, and so I'm always hearing the voice of women. I never hear the voice of men because I don't like hearing from women because I don't like hearing from men because now if I hear from a man, I have to have a confrontation. There's always some kind of confrontational thing. I'm a man. Can't talk to me that way. We don't know how to communicate with each other. You go on a job. Depending on the field that you're in, your boss is going to be a woman. If you do go to a college campus, women run college campuses. There are very few men and even fewer black men on college campuses. All you see is women. And in 2026, all you see is women. I've got this degree, I've got that degree, I've done this, I've got this position. Never men. So you forget that to be proud of being a man. Brother Emmanuel took me down to the restroom. Going down to the restroom, I passed two groups of women. Not one of those women even looked up to say, hello, sir, hi, how are you doing? Because they have no respect for men. It's real. Dave, is real. It's not a joke. Somebody on the circle tell me just a word that comes to your mind to describe men, being a man. Anybody. Give me a word that helps us. Leadership. Courage. Two words that I'm gonna use today. Thank you, Mean Gene. Thank you, Mr. Petaway, leader. You know why I call you leader? I put a tag on you that said leader because you can be a great leader. You can be a great leader at JITB. Whenever I turn on the video, the first person I see is you. up front, your presence. Tall man, standing tall, engaged, nice shirt on, pair of slacks. Just your presence. You don't even have to say a word. That's leadership. When women come into a church, they look for the presence of men. Don't be fooled. They look for the presence of men. You don't have to have a lot of men in the church for your presence to be felt. 10 men, 15 men. If I got 15 men that are proud to be men and are working together as men, let me say this too, while I got the youngsters here. When a group of Christian men get together, there should never be any subject that can't be discussed in front of the youngsters. Should never have any subject that can't be discussed in front of the youngsters. If you got something that you can't discuss in front of the youngsters, then okay, then take that to a private conversation. But do you know how much growth happens because the youngsters are there and listening? It's probably a spam call. Oh, that's you, Mr. Pratt? No, that's me. Yes, me, that's me. All right, hold up, y'all.
We're missing Noah and Andrew still too.
Yes, we are.
Pastor Maryland is right there.
Oh, you need to go? Good. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
There's a circle.
Anybody feel uncomfortable?
No.
I know we've been standing here for a while, hands together. We're men. You played on any team involved in anything, you sweat, right?
Yes.
Men still touch. Men still compete with each other, true?
Yes.
You don't get a chance to talk like this in 2026. Why? Because a woman is always telling you to shut up.
Just a reminder that your $30.40 payment toward reservation counter is due on June 2nd, 2026.
Okay, I got a week. I'll pay you.
She do too much talk.
You talk too much. Absolutely.
Yeah, no respect. Just
No respect. All right, listen to this, y'all. I'm coming back. Mark Anthony, what's up? What you need?
No, I thought I had water over here.
You need water?
No, I thought I had I don't know where I put it.
Are you good?
Yeah.
You cool?
Yeah.
Somebody else give me an adjective, a word that describes being a man.
Principled, honorable,
Faithful.
straightforward.
It's amazing to me because I didn't think that I would get answers that fly to me that quickly. A lot of times if I talk about this very subject, men are struggling for words. They're struggling for words. Let me hear some of those words again because they were fantastic. Go ahead.
Principled.
Yup.
Trustworthy.
Yup.
Honorable.
Yup.
Faithful.
Yup.
Loyal.
Yup.
Strong.
Absolutely.
Leadership.
Absolutely. And I'm doubling down twice on leadership. Absolutely. Because we came to talk about leadership. Most definitely. Principle. Those things make a difference. Just give me one word. I'm not going to dig deep. I'm not going to dig deep right now. Why don't the men of JITB operate better as a team?
Communication.
No, absolutely. Excellent. I love the transparency. Did you know whenever you talk with men, okay, certain words get thrown out. Men never talk about jealousy, envy. Men never talk about beef. Men are always running around with beef. Men are always running around with jealousy. And I'm not saying that that's the deal here. I'm not saying that. Trust me, there's another man who's jealous of you somewhere right now. Trust me, there's another man who has beef with you for you don't even know the reason right now. Right now. Trust me, there's a man, when you walk into the room, another man will look at you and belittle you in his mind for no reason right now. I'm not saying that's happening in this room. I did not say that. Because the men in this room, as Pastor Mike said, you're good men. but males have a certain energy that they can bring with them. Males can transform things. Men can transform a culture. Men can transform a room. Men can transform a situation. Somebody say something that's on their mind right now. Go ahead. Floor is open.
My hands are sweaty.
Okay. That's fine. Are you uncomfortable?
Oh no, I'm good.
Okay. I like that. My hands are sweaty. That was honesty. Josh, zero in because right now that wasn't a joke. The man said his hands are sweaty because that was transparent, right? But I said, are you uncomfortable? He said, nope. Because we're men. Everything's not a joke with men. That's one of the problems. Men want to laugh about everything. Men want to laugh off everything. It's not a joke. My hands are sweaty too. My hands are sweaty too, Senator. You know why I had you put senator on your chest? Not because we're speaking into existence, because I don't know if you want to be a senator. I've never really met you face to face. I have no idea. You might say, Darrell, I want to be a tree trimmer. For all I know. If you have the attributes, the knowledge base to be a senator, that means that you can do more. How much of that can you bring to JITB? You have certain qualities, certain administrative qualities, certain intellectual qualities that you bring. I said, what's important to you about being a man? You said being principled.
Yes, sir.
You can show more of that, perhaps. I don't know. Maybe you don't. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't want to. I don't know. Right?
You're right. I'll take that.
Don't feel as if your back's up on the wall. But if I'm going to make change, sorry, Carl. If I'm going to make change, then people become uncomfortable. True? I came here to make change. I drove down 95, and I hate 95. I came down 95 to make change.
Thank you.
Oh, without doubt. Because the thing is, when I said, why did you come here? I heard people in here, regardless of the words they used, they said, I came here for change. I came here to have a certain experience. That means change. Came here to get close with my brothers. That means change. It's real. Dave, say something. I don't care what you say. Go ahead. Say something.
I love y'all.
You know what? I take that. You know why?
Men don't say that.
Men don't say that. Men are afraid to love things. Men, I don't. See, I get fed up with men. I get fed up with men. They don't love things. They don't say I don't. They don't say I love you. Dave, I love you, man. I just met you really face to face. I've seen you before, but the qualities that you bring are tremendous, man. I love you. I love that. Senator, I love you.
Love you too, sir.
Why don't men say they love each other?
Because they're afraid. They're intimidated by themselves. They think it's going to make them sound weak. They think they're going to sound soft. And every man wants to appear hard. Why do I always have to appear hard to everyone? I'm a Christian man. I'm not a man going into battle. I want to use reason. I want to use principles. I want to use humility. How can I be humble and hard at the same time? That's a very interesting dynamic, isn't it? Very interesting dynamic. Youngster, say something to me. I like you. And I love you all. But he's sending me a certain energy. Go ahead, youngster. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right, son. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Come on, y'all. Let's take our seats. And I know your hands are sweaty. I know you got a little warm. You know what? But you know what? I don't regret that at all because we're men. And that is real to me. That is real to me. And now I'm just curious. Have you ever said that to yourself? We're men. Have you ever had a chance to say that?
Outside the song, not really.
Right. That's real. Because everything men know has been engineered by women. And I mean this welcome. I shouldn't be welcoming you because y'all are so welcoming to me. Every time I come to JITB, you all show me so much love and respect. It's unbelievable to me. It really is. It's unbelievable to me. And I love each and every one of y'all for that. And then getting the chance to meet you face to face. I had never met Mark Anthony before. And I've seen Donnell. We never really met before. But you guys are just tremendous to me whenever I come to that building. Down here, and I know I'm talking to my youngsters, no cell phones, because we locked in. We're locked in. The objectives. We want to define the I test. And these are certain principles that I use whenever I talk about leadership. Define the I test, and we'll talk about what that is. We're going to define emotional intelligence. Who's heard that word before? Sure, in 2026, you've heard that word before. I'm going on a limb. And if I'm wrong, don't agree with me. And you've probably heard the word from a woman, didn't you? A woman probably said, well, you're not emotionally intelligent. Yeah. Right. Listen to me. Senator just pulled me in. You all have notebooks, notepads. You need to be using these. You need to be using these. You need to be using these. It's insulting if you don't use a notepad when somebody comes and you're not writing down things they say, because if you, Senator, tell me if I'm wrong. When you go to a meeting of any kind, you always take a pad to write down meeting notes, things that have happened, whether you take the notes on your phone or whether you write them down, something, any kind of meeting. Absolutely, because you come to the meeting to find out information you didn't have before. So if a person goes into a meeting and they have nothing to write on, what you're saying is, well, I know everything you're going to say. I don't need to write this down. I'm not really interested. Absolutely, Gene, I'm not really interested. Let me take you a step further. Somebody's going to feel uncomfortable about what I said. Somebody's going to say, please make that man shut up. Okay, listen. Every time you go to service, you got to look at service differently. Service is not, well, I'm coming to hear this word. Service is, I'm going to float off into this spiritual world. No. Service is a meeting. Every Sunday is a meeting. And I'm coming to the meeting to get information so I can take out for my following week things that I can apply to life and my life and those around me. So I'm coming to get information. So if you're in service and you never write anything down, you're insulting Pastor Mike. He doesn't tell you that, but you're insulting him. Youngsters, you are. Do you have notepads?
It's kind of back in my room.
Okay, no problem. No problem, Donnell, no problem. Come on. Ronell. Oh, I'm sorry, Ronell. Okay, cool. Thank you, Jane. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I make mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes. Okay, Ronell. Okay, got it. So listen to this. And I can really emphasize on my youngsters because in school, they don't teach you to take notes, which is fascinating to me. And so note taking is not something that you're comfortable with. When you go into service, you need to note things. And you hear Pastor Mike will be preaching, and then he'll say, write that down. He's not just speaking into the air. Write that down. And so it becomes implemented into my mind. We're going to define the watchdog mentality, gatekeeper. And when I say gatekeeper, you came to my mind. I'll tell you why later. You came to my mind. And we're going to discuss the handoff mentality, and we'll talk about that. These are my mottos and my trademarks. And I'm serious when I say trademark. These lines are trademark. Learn them, use them. But if you ever try to use that in a writing or a book, I'm going to come get you, okay? Because they're trademarked. If I don't believe anything in my life, I believe this. Listening leads to learning, and learning leads to change. I cannot learn anything if I do not listen. I cannot change unless I learn. And most of the time, men cannot learn anything because they have too much noise going on in their head. They don't want to listen to someone else. Well, why do I got to listen to you? Newsflash, I'm a grown-ass man. That's the sentence of 2026. Everybody wants to say that. If I can't listen, then I can't learn. If I can't learn, I can't change. And that is real. Listening plus learning equals change. If I want to change, then I need to do some learning. If I want to do some learning, I need to do some listening. Josh, I need to do some listening. Josh, I need to do some listening. Am I picking on you? Maybe a little bit. Let that seep in. I guarantee 30 years from now, you will be a successful man. Motto and trademark. It's not about being a work in progress. How many people have heard that term before? Work in progress. Absolutely. And let's be honest. How many people have said, well, I'm a work in progress? How many people have said that before? You have, right? It's not about being a work in progress. How long are you going to be a work in progress? It's about progressively working to be a better reflection of him. I need to always be working at something, working at it, making myself better. I'm a work in progress. Well, that can go on for the next 20, 30 years, right? I'm a work in progress. I'm a work in progress. I'm a work in progress. Trademark. I believe in these things. You won't understand it right this moment, but you'll understand in 5 minutes from now. Cultures are built. Building a culture is intentional. Thriving, successful cultures don't just happen. Just because you put a group of people together, give them a leader, and assign them tasks, does not mean a culture is built. It requires an aggressive, intentional pursuit of shared success and trust. What do I mean by that? You've all worked jobs before. Some job at some time, am I correct, guys? You've worked somewhere. Just because a company takes individuals, throws them together, let's give them a supervisor, let's give them a manager, let's give them a supervisor, let's give them a place to work, we're off to the races. It doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. Doesn't mean we have a successful work culture. How many men in this room have worked in work cultures that were not very good? Toxic work cultures, passive work cultures that really weren't very productive. We all have at some point because they figure we all throw people together, give them a supervisor, give them a boss, and it'll work. Doesn't work that way. There's a black church culture, which is in every city in America, every place in America, right? Okay, you got the pastor, you got deacons, you got these, you got, and you get people, they get them in, and they say amen, hallelujah, and it's working. It's black church culture, right? Yeah. The one thing about JITB, they really want to give you the roots of a real culture. I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. Because there's a problem. There's a problem. Cephas, there's a problem. Cephas, also known as Kubiak, there's a problem. We're out of focus. Pastor gave you Acts 2:42, am I correct? And that's the roots of your culture. All right, let me tell you about Acts 2:42. Let me give you the entire breakdown of Acts 2:42. Okay, no, I'm good. I'm actually good. No, that's perfect. Years ago, I go to Mike, Acts 2:42. You gotta teach this to your church. This is the culture. He goes over it. You're right. I love this. I'm gonna give it to the church. He brings it to JITB. All right, so look at this. And you all know this. Let me give you the backdrop on that if you don't mind. Just a little backdrop. Right now, stay with me. Just a little bit of backdrop. All right. You got Passover. Everybody knows that, right? Got Passover. So you had Jews from all the ancient world, Jews coming, and they are staying in Jerusalem or wherever for Passover. But you also had another holiday. And I can't remember the name of it. It might be Shavuot, something, I forget it, which also brings thousands. And so you got thousands upon thousands of Jews all together. Then you get this incident at Pentecost. You know about that, right? The fires of tongues. And people are speaking tongues. People are speaking different languages. So all those people who have traveled all over the world, the Jewish world can understand the goodness of God. Okay, so you got all these thousands and they're all ready. And then Peter, the rock, stands up and he gives this wonderful speech. And thousands of, they say 3,000 men were saved on that day. All right, fine. And as they were there, if I got thousands of people who came in, right? Get something to drink, Carl. I don't want you to fall asleep. Get something, stay up, stay with me. If I got thousands of people who came in, that means I got thousands of people who don't really have anywhere to go. I can't travel back. I came 150 miles. I really can't travel back. I'm here. And so now, what am I going to do? Oh, I heard this guy, Peter. I like what he said. Oh man, I'm going to be part of that. I might as well stay here, even though I don't have any food, I don't have any money. We got to make this thing work because I want to hear Peter talk some more. They devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship and to the breaking of bread and to prayer. The apostles' teaching, meaning those guys, the only teaching I'm going to listen to, the only teaching I'm listening to, I'm listening to Simon, Andrew, James, John, Philip, Thomas, Matthew, John, Thaddeus, and Simon. Those are the guys I'm listening to because those are the guys who were trained by Christ, by Jesus. I'm not listening to all kinds of different teaching. I'm not listening to everything else that somebody's telling me. This guy's telling me about prosperity. This guy's telling me about you need to get baptized 5 times a week. This guy's telling me something else. I'm not listening to all that. I'm listening to the teachings of the apostles. Fellowship, and I heard the word fellowship at least 5 times in this room today. Fellowship, and everybody always thinks fellowship, yeah, we're going to get together, we're going to have a great time. Fellowship means meaningful interaction. That's the definition of fellowship. Fellowship means meaningful interaction. Dave, fellowship means meaningful interaction. I don't have to be friends with you to have fellowship with you. It has nothing to do with friendship. Friendship and fellowship has nothing to do with one another. Doesn't. Nothing to do with one another. Especially, you talking about a group of Christian men all together. You're not all friends, you're not enemies, but some guys know each other guys a little better than others. It's only natural, true? Meaningful interaction. And the importance of breaking bread, and people always think, oh, we're breaking bread, we're having a great time, we're having a great dinner, we're laughing. Nah. If I break bread with you, if I eat something with you, I sit down and drink with you, if I'm with Gene, hey Gene, man, let's have a bottle of water. We sitting there sipping water. Now we're a little more open to each other. I'm willing to share some things with you. We can get to some dialogue with each other. And it doesn't always have to be serious dialogue, but it can be. Next thing you know, Gene says, hey man, I've really been going through some things that came because we were breaking bread. John says, man, there's been a lot of stuff going on in my mind, man. But listen, I've been having some good times because we were sitting there breaking bread. We might be sitting there breaking bread, and let's say Mr. Petaway, the leader, says, hey, I've been going through some struggles, but next thing you know, he's not thinking about the struggles he was going through because we're sitting there breaking bread. That's important. Doesn't take a dinner and a meal. Doesn't mean we're friends. Does anybody in the room work on cars? Like do car repair, anybody? Does anybody in the room do any kind of skill where someone asks you to do it? Like, right, yeah, right, okay, absolutely, absolutely. And normally, you get into a situation where you do the skill, they pay you, and they come back when it's finished. If it's a Christian person or believer or person of your culture, I'll say this, okay, yeah, I'll work on you. I'll work on your wall, your shelves, whatever. Don't pay me, but you got to sit here and talk to me while I work on this. It's fellowship. I'm forcing you to fellowship with me. Don't pay me. Fellowship with me. Let me learn about you. Let you learn about me. It's real. Because people want to, oh, I'll be back, I'll pay you, and they go off and do their thing for a couple hours, right? Go to the mall, wherever they're going to go. No, don't go to the mall. Stay here while I'm working on this. That's fellowship. All the believers were together, had everything in common. Okay, that doesn't mean that everybody's going to have everything in common because that's not human nature. You all have so many different interests, true? You have many different interests. But the one thing they had in common was Christ. The one thing they had in common was we want to be together. The one thing they had in common was we want to share certain aspects together. We can all come together. If we do have differences, they can go to the side. We all have things in common. That's part of the culture that's trying to be built. They sold property and possessions. Okay, great, wonderful. I'm not telling anybody to sell your possessions. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I am saying, let's start to develop a like mind. I said, what's the problem with the men of JITB? Somebody said communication. Let's start to communicate. If we're going to have a like mind, then we should be able to communicate with each other. Is that true or false? That's very true. And every day they continued to meet together in the temple courts. They broke bread in their homes and ate together with glad and sincere hearts, praising God and enjoying the favor of people. And the Lord added to their number daily of those being saved. That's Acts 2:42. If you ever see me, please do not recite Acts 2:42 to me. Don't do that to me. Don't insult me in that way because it's a lifestyle change. It's something you have to live. It's not words. It's not like I've memorized the Lord's Prayer. Okay, great. I've memorized the Rosary. Okay, great. No, this is about a lifestyle change. I want to change the way I live, Carl. I want to change the way I think. Fellowship is meaningful interaction. Let's have some meaningful interaction together. Break bread. I don't need. Let's sip some of this iced tea together. What's on your mind? Somebody say something. Give me a thought you might be having.
It's confirmation because I was talking to Brother Carl about, was it this morning or was it yesterday?
Yesterday.
Or was it yesterday, but me could pass you the Bible.
That was today.
That was today?
No, that was the, yeah.
That was today. Asked him what Acts 2:42 was, and he said it. I said, what were you doing before Acts 2:42? Like a couple verses and telling me what they were doing, and he's teaching it now. It's confirmation. It's a lifestyle change.
It's a lifestyle change. Somebody wants to lose weight. They think it's about a diet. It's not about a diet. It's about a lifestyle change. They want to change their lifestyle. And a person, they'll talk, blah, 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 blah. See, because I did the da diet. I did the Mediterranean diet, but that diet's not as good as the banana diet and all those things, right? It's about a lifestyle change. Come on, man. And be transparent. This is a lifestyle change. That means JITB is trying to create a culture. I'm gonna tell you one more thing about the culture, the most important thing. Trying to create a culture. Were you aware that this is about a lifestyle change? It's real. It's all right to shake your head no, because shaking your head no means no, Darrell, I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to learn this thing. And there's nothing, listening leads to learning, and learning leads to change. That's just not a bunch of words I put together. I believe that.
Lifetime change. Acts 2:42.
Right. Acts 2:42 is about a lifestyle change. Right. No, I hear you, Gene. Because of course you come in and they teach you these words and these lines. You think, okay, yeah, okay, cool, great. Sounds good. I got these lines. I can recite it back to you, Pastor. It's about a lifestyle change.
Yeah, I think for me,
Good.
I kind of took it as a lifestyle change. In all honesty, I think I took it as an addition to.
Okay.
You know what I mean? When I read that and my understanding, I was like, well, that's in addition to what I'm already doing. So it makes sense now when you
Right.
speak it like what you're saying, man.
Absolutely, Mr. Petaway. And I knew that if I brought it, we just need to get the focus right, get it clear of what it's about. Because you want to create a culture. And let me throw this another piece on the culture. And I kept saying Jewish men, right? Listen to this, y'all. I kept saying Jewish men because we love, we love coming to church and Christ and all those wonderful things. We're mimicking many parts of Jewish culture because the original Christians were Jews. Then they were Jews that were transformed. And so they had Jewish ways and Jewish way of life. And one of the things about Jewish way of life, Jewish men, Hebrew men, Hebrew society was a patriarchy. It's run by men. It's run by men. In instances with Jewish men, women were second-class citizens. But as we transform into Christianity, they're no longer second-class citizens. They were not second-class citizens to Christ. They were not second-class citizens to the apostles because the apostles learned something else. We'll talk about that. But the society was run by men. Inside a church, people should be able to feel the presence of men.
That's right.
That's good.
In Jewish culture, men led worship. In Black church culture, the average, and we're not talking about big choirs and all that stuff, men kind of just sit there and people sing. And they just kind of sat there. In Jewish culture, men led worship. I've been at churches where men led in cleaning, men led in servitude. The impact of 15 men on a church can be astronomical. But we learn to be second-class citizens. Not second-class citizens. I guarantee there'll be a shift in atmosphere. I guarantee there'll be a shift in atmosphere if during worship time, every man decided, I'm gonna stand up and sing these songs. But Darrell, I can't sing, so what? We're men. I could care, no one cares if it's a wah, 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 wah. No one cares. You're men. Hear those male voices? Make a difference. I guarantee, and somebody's getting uncomfortable with me right now. Somebody wants me to sit down right now. Guarantee it. If there were more men that said, I'm going up front, I'm gonna stand next to Mr. Prt3. You think that wouldn't be felt? Men standing up front, doing worship, praising the presence of men. Somebody say something, go ahead. Anybody? What's on your mind?
Well, like you said, the roles have reversed. In the churches, where the women are leading, like you introed earlier.
Yeah.
And it's sad because we're not taking our rightful place.
Right.
As men.
Right.
And it only takes one leader to stand up, like
Yeah.
you said,
Yeah.
to create a catalyst for others to join with him and them.
Right.
You know, and I think for the most part, as far as JITB is concerned, we have great men, strong men.
Mm-hmm.
We just have to find our place.
Mm-hmm.
I think once we assume the natural position of manhood,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to be greater.
Yes.
So
You don't need 50 men in a building. The men right here in this building can change the atmosphere of JITB. I guarantee this. I guarantee this. And when it does happen tomorrow, someone's gonna say, wow, he was right. Listen to this. When you get to JITB tomorrow, I guarantee the women are gonna say, oh man, it was so great. I'm so glad the men came to the retreat. The men are finally doing something, and that dialogue. Am I right? You don't have to patronize me. I'm a man. We're men. We can have a greater presence in this church than you ever thought of. If I want to change, if I become a man of change, an agent of change, courage is contagious. Strength is contagious. There's strength in numbers. If all men band together, there's strength there. You may not feel sure about what's happening or what's not happening, but if I have other men, other brothers next to me, I feel a little better. If I'm going to stand up and sing, if I've got another brother stand up with me, I feel a little better. I got a little bit more courage. That's real. Strength in numbers. Strength is contagious and courage is contagious. Those are trademarks. Changing the atmosphere is what I'm proposing folk do. Changing the atmosphere takes courage and strength. Talk to me, Mr. Petaway. Talk to me, leader. What's on your mind?
What's on my mind is because I'm Muslim.
Yes.
In a Christian church.
Yes, sir.
I tend to lay back in terms of leadership because I'm not of the Jesus.
Okay.
Blood of Jesus.
Okay.
I tend to stand back because I don't want.
No. Okay. No. Yeah. Come on. Finish.
And sometimes I feel that in most of these churches and the dynamics, it seems like it's a club.
I hear you.
The Christians with the Christians.
Yes.
So I don't want to,
Yeah.
shine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or be out front. So
Yep.
sometimes I'll just sit back. I sit up front because a couple things. I'm not going to let nobody hurt Pastor Mike. And it's like the closer I am to him, his word, it just resonates with me. And like it carries me, into that next Sunday.
Now listen to this, Mr. Petaway. Listen to this. Again, I love your transparency. You talk to me straight. Hey, Darrell, this is what's going on. This is why. It's beautiful what you just said. The interesting part about that is you've never thought of it this way. If I'm creating a culture, anyway we look at it, we're creating a culture, right? We talked about that. We're creating a culture within this Christian church. Regardless of you being a Muslim brother, you have adapted and been adopted into this Christian culture. So every church is like a village. I don't care what church it is. Every church is like a village. Enon, that's a village. Church of God in Christ, that's a village. Christian Stronghold, that's a village. They got their way of doing things, okay? And JITB is a village. JITB has their way of doing things. Why? Well, we formulate everything on Acts 2:42. That's how we form in our village. And inside this village, Mr. Petaway, you have said, okay, I want to be part of this village because I love Pastor Mike. I like what he says. He's bringing me closer. I don't want anything to happen to him. I'm part of the village. That's why I come every week. I'm part of the village. That's why I come. Even though I'm a Muslim brother, I live in this village. And as a person who lives in the village, you are seen as a strong village person. And so, yes, you have the right to say, well, listen, let me volunteer for, or whatever the case may be. Let me go one step further with you, Mr. Petaway. You have been in charge of men before, correct?
Yes.
Absolutely. See, I knew that. You think those leadership skills can't be used more within the village? I think they can. Who has a more name tag on them? Who's got a more tag? You're trying to tell me that the skills that you have can't be used more as a visible leader amongst the men? What do you think, Carl? Can't you bring more? Can't your presence be felt more? Absolutely. And leadership does not mean, well, I'm over anyone, or I'm in charge of this, or I'm in charge of that. The presence of giving more, the presence of being a stronger person within that, I'm going to say it again, the village culture, because Pastor Mike brought Acts 2:42, not to be part of, like Mr. Petaway said, in addition to. No, he's saying this is what our culture is going to be built on. Senator. Why do I pick on the senator? I don't know. Because I think, I don't mean to pick on you, Senator, but I like you. I like you. I like you. Do you really believe that you can't give more? It just in terms of your leadership, your skills, your ability within the village?
I believe I am of with a different job, I will be.
Okay.
Capacity I am right now.
Yes.
Some days the only day I'm off.
I got you. Yeah, I hear you. And don't think I don't understand that. Right. And that's a sentiment. I respect that. I respect that. Darrell, listen, I work 6-7 days a week. I don't have. That's honesty. Thank you. Thank you. And definitely not pushing you to go over the brink. I guess what I'm pushing is just for you to make sure you look at yourself in the right type of light. Yeah, that you can make a difference. Just like Dave can make a difference.
I agree.
What's on your mind, Dave?
I agree.
The I agree brothers. Okay. Oh, I love it. 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 There's someone in the congregation that does karate, martial arts. Take that tag off, Dave.
Bruce Lee. Undercover brother.
Right. He is very undercover. You're very undercover. So listen, where's a marker? Anybody see a marker?
Do we have a second?
Yeah, a marker? All right, cool. Take that off. There's a marker. I want you to put champion on there. Champion. What was karate, correct? You trying to tell me karate champion, traveled the world, martial arts, combat arts, combat sport, champion, not just a wannabe, champion. That means that you have certain things inside you, certain things that have been ingrained inside you because of hard work, certain things that have been ingrained inside you because of repetitive nature every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. I want to be the best. I'm going to be the best. I'm going to be the best. I want to be the best. You can't bring that to the village. I should be able to feel that. Champion. And it's not, well, let's say champion and speak it into existence. No. You travel somewhere else in the world, defeated someone else, and we're crowned champion. Am I correct? I know you have to tell it. Right. Look, y'all, I'm not going to talk a lot of Bible, but I'm going to talk about this for a second. And this is going to help somebody. It's going to click in somebody's mind. John, it's going to click in your mind. Okay. As I told you before, I'm respecting, we're talking about Simon, Andrew, James, John, Philip, Thomas, Matthew, James, Thaddeus, and Simon. All apostles, all men with a certain mindset because they were Jewish men. So they had a certain mindset that they were brought up with. They had a certain mindset because of what they saw in their upbringing. True? But their minds were changed being around Jesus. All right, sounds kind of good. Okay. They still had stuff. Mr. Petaway, they still had stuff. If you read closely, there was still jealousy amongst them. If you read closely, there was still envy amongst them. There was still power struggle amongst them. If you look closely, listen, it says they were fishermen. Okay. Fishermen are men who work with their hands. Fishermen are not gentle creatures. They're not gentle men. You ever seen Deadliest Catch? Those are fishermen. Ain't nothing gentle about them. If you read closely, they carried knives. If you read closely, they were not afraid to use their knives. They were rough men, uneducated men, but they were transformed to be able to carry Christ's word throughout the world. They were transformed. They were transformed. they were changed. They were changed, and they could become agents of change. Tell me a man can't be changed. Go ahead, John. Say something. Anything come to mind? It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. I was just picking your brain. That's all.
I'm picking your brain.
Okay, cool. No problem. No problem. No problem. Let me go here. Let me go here. Let me go here. I would lie and say I'm almost done, but I'm not. All right. Can I, as a man, ask yourself right now, and I'm talking about men and young men, because young men are leaders. You are leaders. If you are leaders, you are leaders. Don't ever forget that. You're just not along for the ride. Can I, as a man, be an agent of change? Am I afraid to be different? Am I afraid to be different? That's a question, right? What do I bring to an atmosphere? I just told Champion I should be able to feel that. I should be able to feel that about you. Because when you stepped up in that ring and you were crossing that opponent, there was no I'm afraid in you. Even if you were nervous beforehand, when that bell went off and it was time for you to go, you were zeroed in. And apparently zeroed into the point where you could travel to somewhere else in the world and become champion. Am I correct? I should feel that. And not saying that you should be arrogant. I'm not saying that. Because men should be humble. True? Learn that. But I can bring that to my atmosphere. Am I afraid to ask myself these questions? Because everything starts with you. You got to ask yourself the questions. What's your motivation for getting up and going on Sundays? You got to ask yourself that. Don't be afraid of it. Men have a tendency not to get to church on time. That is real. That is real. That is real. And everybody looked at me like, Darrell, look, are you talking about me? No, I'm talking about men. I'm talking about men. I know men. I know men. I know men. Men have a tendency not to volunteer for things. I'm not talking about JITB, man. I'm talking about men. Am I afraid to change the atmosphere? The atmosphere that's been run by women all my life. Am I still the same? Welcome to the embassy. Does anyone in the room know what an embassy is? And it doesn't have to be like a perfect definition. The two brothers here, Brothers Bonerges. Have you ever heard that before? The Brothers of Thunder? Brothers Bonerges. You ever heard that term before?
The first for me.
I'm going to call you guys Brothers Bonerges. Brothers of Thunder. I'm trying to remember which of the apostles were the brothers Bonerges. I think that was John and Andrew, probably. Brothers Bonerges, which means the Brothers of Thunder. So Bonerges brothers. Go ahead. You're about to answer. John and I'm forgetting too. I think it's Andrew.
Andrew is Peter.
No. This is great. All right, so John and that's Peter's brother, right? John and James. All right, you're right. John and James. Absolutely. Good stuff. Embassy, go ahead.
Embassy is a center location, like a satellite office for yourself to be like a visa or help with your home, like your home status. It's registered. Yeah.
Perfect. I like the word satellite. Listen to this. If I go to, let's say I go to Ireland. I take a trip, I go to Ireland. And I need some help. I'm going to go to the American Embassy for help. Because when I walk into that building, it's going to be everything American. Okay? And they will help me. Housing, food. I ran out of money. Can you help me? Sure. I got to get back to America. Can you help me? Sure. Okay? So that's the picture of an embassy. True? Everybody's got that? And if you're if you're from the embassy, you are also an ambassador. Can anybody define ambassador for me? Absolutely perfect. Perfect by both of you guys. Perfect. A representative. I'm an ambassador for America. I'm standing here in Africa. I'm an ambassador for America. Ask me. I'm here to help. I'm here to give. Okay? All right, listen to this. Whether you like it or whether you don't like it, the moment that you decided that you were going to be labeled Christian, whether you were going to come into a Christian church and be a part of that village, whether you proclaim Christ or whatever, however you want to call it, people look at you different because you are an ambassador. You are now an ambassador. So now everything you do gets scrutinized through that lens. Well, why is he still making those same jokes and using that kind of language? I thought he said he was Christian. Ambassador.
Teach.
What? Why is he over there, laughing with that group of females? He talking about how he loved his church so much. You're an ambassador. Will they tell you that? Nope. But they're scrutinizing you the whole time. Whether you like it or not, you are an ambassador. You are an ambassador. John, should I go a little further? And it's okay for you youngsters. All right, you listen up with these good ears. It is impossible. How many men in this room are single? I'm just curious. And that doesn't mean I'm waiting to get, yeah. How many men in the room are single? You cannot romantically be in bed with a female and evangelize her at the same time. Can't do it. Can't do it. You can't do it. Because you're an ambassador. And I'm not saying you're an ambassador, you're so holy, I'm floating on the ceiling. You're an ambassador because in her mind it's like, he talking about, let's read Acts 2:42. I know exactly where he gonna be Saturday night. He gonna be right here where I need him to be. You can't do it. Go ahead and laugh, Mr. Petaway, because I feel like you want to laugh. It's real. It's reality. Welcome to the embassy. People look at you. The moment you say, I do, in any form to Christ, people will now view you differently. Whether you live up to the form, how many times have you heard a brother, well, yeah, I'm Christian now, but I'm still the same guy. You ever heard somebody say that? I don't want to be the same guy. I'm changed. I should be changed in some way. I didn't change in any way. I'm still the same person, the same mindset, the same unhumble mindset, the same hostile mindset, the same mindset that says, let me cuss folk out. Let me show folk that they can't beat me. All that old good stuff that men run around with all the time. I'm not changed from that. Somebody say something. Anybody say anything you want. It's on your mind. Mean Gene, Dancing Machine. Go ahead. No thoughts?
Well, no, I mean, the first one, as soon as you announce yourself as a Christian, somebody that just goes to church regularly,
Absolutely.
people look at you a little sideways.
Right.
And if you say something out your mouth that's not Christ-like, then
Yes.
you're condemned to
You are condemned. Right.
But, not even a but, that's just the way it is.
That's just what it, right. And I never said it was right. I never said it was wrong. I didn't say that. But that's reality. That is reality.
As much as we try to stand up and seems like the enemy is always chasing you, trying to get you to be who you say you are.
Right.
Trying to get you off that circle.
Got you.
Because I know it's a challenge for me. I don't know about anybody else.
Sure. Challenge for any and everybody.
I try to keep my peace as much as I possibly can.
Yes. Yes.
But there's one that always, like yesterday, so me and my wife, we have a food truck business. And we have a contract with Jefferson Hospital, so we was a Methodist hospital yesterday. And we had a boatload of people, so the one lady, like with the way the lunch plan is set up, you get a protein and you get one side.
Got you.
So girl comes up and she says, well, I had the fish and this, and I had this and that. And I'm like, okay, well, the mac and cheese is a premium joint, so you gotta pay for that separately. You want to get the one side, if you want another side, you pay for that. So she was like, oh, that's not fair. And I'm like, okay, hold on a minute. I said, one, this is me and my wife's business, this is our prices. If you want it, we're more than happy to give it to you. Or you can just step aside, you can go to the lunch counter, the hospital's lunch, and you can get that. And I wasn't being smart or snarky, but she kept going on, trying to get a crowd to join in with her.
Right.
So now I'm like, okay, how do I do this? Because normally my wife does that part. I'm just the one that adds it all up and then send them off to the thing.
Got you.
But now the testing of my customer service skills, and I was like, I didn't want to be tested yesterday because we had a line. I'm trying to keep it going, and she kept going on and going on. So I told her, I said, we look alike, right? She's like, yeah. And I said, so, but when you go to the Asian store and you go get your Chinese food, your shrimp fried rice or chicken and fried rice, and he's not giving you egg rolls because you got to go buy the egg rolls. That's something separate. But you don't argue with him about that or try to contest him or try to make him feel bad or try to get people to join in with you. I said, you don't do that. I said, so why you bring that to my doorstep? I said, because now you make it something a little different. And I really don't, I'm trying, you're vexing my spirit, I told her. I said, so if something else come out of my mouth that's not conducive to what you're looking for, it's on you. I said, because I've given you every option. I tried to please you with this and this, but I'm telling you my prices. I'm not coming off of that. Which, she was getting it was like 3 pieces of fish and a side of sweet potatoes, right? So that was like $15. You're getting 3 big pieces of fish. You can't go to the Asian store and get that. You can't. And then, so she kept going on a little bit. So I just like, okay, well, this is not for you. Maybe you should just do something else. So she stepped off a minute. I took everybody else, and everybody was like, oh, man, I can't believe she did that. I said, yeah, you get one to try to get you off your square. And that was my point, trying to get me off my square, because some knew me from going to JITB and then another church prior to that.
Okay.
And, I was keeping it straight.
Sure.
Because I'll go the other way. You keep on, and I'll say, well, God forgive me.
You reminded me of something. So
I was like, because I told her, I said, because if I go the other way, that was the other thing I said, I can get on my knees tonight and ask God for forgiveness, and I believe he'll forgive me. I said, but I don't want to do that.
Yes.
Don't.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you're reminding me of something. You remind me of something. Excuse me. I want every man in this room to say one thing. I am human. Please say that. I'm human. I'm human. I'm human. We got feelings, we got things, we got stuff, we got all kinds of things. We're all human. And many times folk will try to test you in a way to see if you're above being human, simply because you say, I go to this church or I believe in Christ. And that is unfortunate. Am I capable of being a leader? Am I capable of that? And I believe that every man can be a leader. I believe every man can be a leader. I didn't say that they have to be a leader or a CEO. I didn't say that. But you talk about leadership all the time when we go into church, it's true. We talk about being leaders within groups. We talk about leaders. We talk about being leaders in homes.
Yep.
Same principles we're talking about now are the same principles you use within a home. How many homes are there that we may have been raised in where the male was not the leader? That's real. That is real. That is real. Or he was the leader and it was really a poor representation of leadership. Their representation of leadership started with physicality, confrontational, dysfunctional behavior in some kind of way, anger, outbursts. True? That's what I'm gonna talk about, emotional intelligence. True leadership success is built on the foundation of emotional intelligence and the mastery of interpersonal dynamics. That's a fancy sentence to mean this. The ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions in positive ways to relieve stress, communicate effectively, be emphasized with others, and overcome challenges and diffuse conflict. Another fancy sentence to say this. I gotta ask myself questions if I'm emotionally intelligent. And the question I have to do is the I do test, the I do test. What was my part what was my part in the conflict? What was my part in the argument? Could I have said things differently? Did I have to use that tone? Was my body language off? That's emotional intelligence. And you'll hear women all the time say, well, I want a man that's emotionally intelligent. Really? Do you? Because if I have a man who's very emotionally intelligent, it might show you that you're not very emotionally intelligent. Because I have to ask myself tough questions. Was my voice too loud? Was I getting angry? Could I have posed the question differently? Could I have conducted myself in a way that's different? That's emotional intelligence. That's I do. Hidden map. I'm almost done with this section, y'all. I'm almost done, for real. I'm not lying to you. Every time you have a conversation with anybody, anytime you have an interaction with anybody, there's a hidden map. Every person enters a conversation, regardless of who it is, with a unique map of the world shaped by their own trauma, their own culture, their own values, and their own mood. And that is real. Every time I have a conversation with somebody, I have to take those things into account. You might want to say something that's lighthearted, a joke, and it lands on someone else, and they don't think that's very funny. But you never knew that. You didn't know what they were feeling inside, what they may have been carrying inside. You're not just talking to the person, you're talking through their entire history. Guys always say they want to get married so quick and married so good. You realize that you are now conversing with that young lady's entire history? All of her trauma, all of her crises, all of her insecurities, all of her values, all of her moods, all of her successes, everything. But I'm engaging with all of that. Every time we have a conversation. And conversations go wrong when intent doesn't meet action. See, we evaluate things on our own intent, how we wanted to say something, and then we evaluate other people by their actions, how they react to it. Well, I didn't mean it to sound like that. Got to take all that into consideration. All that, I'm laughing, I'm telling you why I'm laughing. All that into consideration. And you'll always hear, I want somebody who's emotionally intelligent. Really? If you see how emotionally intelligent that every brother in here could be, you may find out that you're not very emotionally intelligent. That is very real, true. But a successful leader needs to grow in emotional intelligence. They say scientifically, you're born with your IQ, whatever your IQ is. Bingo. Emotional intelligence is something that we can all grow in all the time, all the time, all the time. Even as old as I am, I'm constantly trying to grow in my emotional intelligence. What I say to people, how I say it to people. I do. Was it my fault that I did that? Could I have said that differently? Could I have been different in my presentation? All the time, all the time, all the time. Accountability. My greatest superpower is my ability to listen. Listening is rare. People don't listen to each other. People don't listen to each other. You have a conversation with somebody else, they will zero in for you for about 30 seconds, and then they'll formulate what their answer is that they want to give you. They don't even hear what you're saying to them. While you're talking so good to them, they're already figuring out what they want to say. They're waiting for you to stop talking so they can jump in and start giving you what's on their mind. That is reality. Can you be better at that? Because that's part of human nature. Can you really focus in and listen to another person? I heard people say today, well, I really want to, have better fellowship with my brothers. I want to become close with my brothers. Fellowship, I want to have better, meaningful interaction with my brothers. That's number one. And how can I learn about my brother if I'm not willing to listen to my brother? Listening leads to learning, and learning leads to change. It's real. To me, that's real. There's risk in listening, though. If I really listen to you, that might mean that I have to tell you something about myself. It might make me vulnerable. It might.
Sound like prayer.
Brother Moore, tell me more. Tell me what's on your mind. Because I'm going to hold you to that, Brother Moore, now. Brother Moore, go ahead.
This thing may mean I need to be vulnerable. I told Pastor Mike that most time people don't want to pray because they don't want something that they're holding in to get out.
Maybe so.
When we do corporate prayer, I don't want to pray because I'm holding something that I may have done. I'm actually protecting myself from people, making myself vulnerable. In the beginning, we started off saying about men don't want to be vulnerable, men want to be hard. So I hold in my prayer. I won't pray because something might get out.
Interesting. Great point. Great perspective. And great perspective of what the things that we've been talking about. True? But let me go here. How many men in the room, and you say yes or you say no, how many men in the room have read the book of Matthew? Okay, cool. If you have, you have, you haven't, you haven't. No problem. Listen to this. I'm gonna make you think about, or hope the challenge to look at it differently. Have you ever zeroed in on Matthew 5, 6, and 7? Listen to this. Matthew 5, 6, and 7 is also known as the Beatitudes. It's a very interesting section because I call it the manifesto of Christ. Everything that he felt was important, he said in 5, 6, and 7. Matthew 5, 6, and 7. And in Matthew 5, 6, and 7, if you read real close, he's telling men, be more humble than Pharisees. When you pray, you don't have to have a long, elaborate prayer. Short, concise prayer, just what you're thinking within your heart, is well enough. And so many times, somebody thinks that they have to have this long prayer. And if I did this long prayer, then something might come out. I don't want anybody. No, prayer might be a sentence, a couple of words, and that's good enough for all of us because we're all part of this village. We all have this different culture, and so if your prayer is only 3, 4 words, that's good enough for me, brother, because I know it's sincere. Because we come from the same, we're built from the same culture. Prayer life, I didn't mention from Acts 2:42, a lifestyle of prayer. You see, it said lifestyle of prayer. A lifestyle of prayer doesn't mean I'm running around asking God for everything. Lifestyle of prayer, I'm praying for brothers and sisters. I'm gonna tell you something too. Brothers and sisters, I might pray for Brother Carl. Brother Carl doesn't even know I'm praying for him. I might just saw that he had something, not going so great. I might just pray for him. It's a lifestyle of prayer. I don't got to tell him, I have to forecast it. I might pray for Demetrius. I need to shut that off. I might pray for Demetrius because I know Brother Demetrius is working 6, 7 days a week. I might just pray for him. He doesn't have to know. It's a lifestyle of prayer. If I care about the people in my village, I really want to have a close connect with folk. True? And no, the reason why I shake my head is because Christians make it more difficult than it really needs to be. Make it way more difficult than it needs to be. Is anybody uncomfortable? Everybody good? Are you a good listener? And you know what? I respect the pause. I did respect the pause because people paused and they said, well, let me see now, because we talked about some things. Let me see if I'm really a good listener, okay? And John is saying he's not. But from what we're talking about, You can be. You can work to be.
I didn't realize I wasn't saying you started talking.
Absolutely. No, perfect. I love the transparency. I didn't know I wasn't a good listener till you start talking and pointing certain things out. All right, listen, this is what I want to do.
Like when I'm cutting hair,
Yeah.
I'm a great listener because I'll hear my customer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll hear something that's dear to them.
Mm-hmm.
They can see them the next time.
Mm-hmm.
And I can bring it up.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's something confrontational, or I feel like it's confrontational, I'm not listening. I'm hearing you.
Yes. Right. Right. Check this out. And you're hearing, then next thing you know, you got noise in your head. Because now I'm not listening to you. I got noise in my head because I'm starting to get a little ramped up. I'm human. We just said we were all human, true? Let's say it again. We are human. We're human, right. So look, some of the worst debates that men have, men debate over things, men debate about sports, like the world's coming to an end. Do men debate about, well, yeah, when men debate about women, fight over women, kill one another over women. There's not one sports debate that will change a Christian man's life. It's not going to change your life. Or anyone who's in a Christian village. Mr. Petaway wanted to slap me on that. No, I know, Mr. Petaway, I'm picking with you, I'm picking with you, I'm picking with you. We get so heated, don't we? We get so heated. All right, this is what I want you to do. Oh, this is what, you reminded me of something. You reminded me of something. And forgive me, because I heard you on the line a couple weeks ago. There's something you mentioned. You said, okay, I really want to minister to men. I really want to. And I thought that was admirable. But I'll share Christ with anything that wants me to. If a rabbit ran through here and he wanted Christ, I'm going to talk to him about it. I once went out for a group of men, and it was a large group of men, and it was like, okay, we're going to minister to men, and we're going to go through this neighborhood. The neighborhood was in the Badlands. We're going to go out and minister to men. I'm like, okay. So we're going, and you got these brothers who are street brothers. I know they carrying guns, they carrying violence in their mind, they peddling drugs, they live in street life. And you come through, yeah, pray for me, pray for me. And so these brothers wanted prayer, true? They wanted prayer from the destruction and evil that they were going to carry out soon as midnight hit. And we brought, oh yeah, brother, keep you safe. Maybe he didn't need to be kept safe. And so, but you had women, as we came through the streets, just the presence of men walking in great numbers. They were like, wow, who are those men? You could see it on their faces. Who are those men? And I could also see there were females that wanted prayer, that needed prayer, that were going to be subject to the craziness of these men. Soon as nightfall hit, I'm like, they the ones who need prayer. They're from to protect themselves from these violent brothers, the sexualization, all the other crazy stuff that goes on. Very rarely, no, you keep working men, but very rarely will you talk to a man about Christ, and then you'll see him come through your church door a week later. You say something to a woman, and she really feels what you're saying, you got a chance you go see her walk through that door, and that's real. I didn't say she stayed through the door, but you got a chance to get her to walk through that door, and that's real. Because, man, I got my own philosophy. Can't nobody tell me nothing. I'm a grown man. Anyway. All right, y'all. This is what I want you to do. Now, I know some of the brothers know each other a little better, okay? I want you to partner with someone who you don't know that well, and I don't want the youngsters with other youngsters, I don't think. I want youngsters to mix it up a little bit. Get with a brother that you don't know so well, okay?
Okay.
So you know what? You know what?
Am I considered a youngster? Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't know you that well. Going over there.
Okay.
Or David.
Right, no, because Senator is not a youngster now. Let's not get it twisted. And yo, let's stop picking on Senator. I can pick on Senator, all right? But let's not let nobody else pick on Senator. So partner up now. Partner up with somebody. Okay, cool. Okay. And listen, fellas, listen. Go ahead and rearrange the chairs because I want you to be comfortable. Set with some, y'all can move off. Okay, all right, cool. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to do. And if you're extra, I think it's perfect pairing. I think it's perfect pairing. I think we have a perfect amount. Do we have a perfect amount? Well, youngsters can work together. They are definitely mature enough to work together. All right, so come on, y'all working together? All right, cool. Let me see. Pair. Okay. Josh and Mr. Petaway, you mind? Okay, cool. All right. We're going to do an exercise. And you know what? Can you move those chairs on that row? Because y'all need space. You're going to need space. So, like, are they movable or are they not movable?
Just slide them back.
Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so, right, you can move a little away with your partner. Okay. And we're almost done, y'all. But let's be thorough. Let's be thorough with this. All right. Okay. Now, you're going to listen to your partner for 3 whole minutes uninterrupted. Listen to this now. Listen to this. One person's the listener, one person's the talker. The talker gets to talk for 3 minutes. The listener listens for 3 minutes. And we do it, it's not happenstance. I'll have my stopwatch. I'll say, all right, ready, go. I'll start the watch. The talker talks. 3 minutes uninterrupted. My listener is going to listen, okay? At the end of 3 minutes, I'm going to say, stop. Everybody stops. At that point, I'll just say, okay, let's switch positions. If you were the talker, you now become the listener. If you were the listener, you now become the talker. I'll say, ready, go. My new talker will talk for 3 minutes. My new listener will listen for 3 minutes. Does everybody understand up to this point?
Yes.
Okay, listen to this. Somebody in the room is saying, well, what are we going to talk about, Darrell? Right. So, listen to this now. Listen to this. You're going to talk about, you're going to say, what's your name? Who's in your family? Name an accomplishment that you're proud of. Name a time in life that you struggled. And how did you overcome that struggle? Does everybody understand?
Yes.
Okay, let me set my watch. Hold on.
As this note taking, or we can make this to
Totally up to you. It's totally up to you. If you want to take notes, go ahead. If you want to go memory, go ahead. It's totally up to you. Whatever you want. All I want you to do, all I want you to do at this time, decide who's going to be the first talker. That's all I want you to do. Hold on, y'all.
Am I asking what's their name? You. Okay, yes.
Hold on, everybody. Hold on.
Because it says you. What's your name?
No, these are the things. This is you. These are the things that you're going to talk about. Hey, my name's Emmanuel. All right, cool. Hold on, everybody. I just want to get set. Hold on. And I promise I'm not going to keep you too much longer. Where's my watch? Okay, here we go. Okay, have you decided who's going to be your first talker? Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, cool. Right. Ready, go.
Things like that. And it wasn't also the feature of that one day. So like the name was John. He was saying police officers. All that money. Get all this else. Ready, stop. 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 I couldn't get Anthony started before. Now I can't get him to stop. Stop. All I want you to do now, change positions. If you were the talker, you will now become the listener. If you were the listener, you will now become the talker.
Sorry now.
Not yet. Not yet. Hold on. Change positions. Everybody good?
Yes.
Yes.
Ready? Hold on. Ready, go.
How long is that she that's the largest. I do have filming.
I guess going But if it's going to start to tell you. I don't really understand.
Even though physical.
That's good for
So another piece of
a lot of stuff.
here.
I like going when it's
Ready? Stop. Stop. I love that because you're just men just trying to respect the room. I asked you to start, you started. You asked you to stop, you stopped. You know how many men don't want to adhere to any kind of authority? Just want to, you can't tell me what to do. Can't even tell them to start and stop. They will do it on their own time. So I respect and love that about you all. Thank you. All right, so listen to this now. Now, I don't listen to the conversations. As you saw, I just go to the window, kind of look out, see what's going on out there. So they're all your own private conversations. All right. Just tell me this. Did you find any similarities with your partner? Did you find some things about you and your partner that you and your partner had that were the same? Okay, cool. Absolutely, yeah. Okay. Okay. I said, look, because I asked you to partner with people that you don't know that well, or asked you to partner with someone who's of a different age. And in a lot of cases, you found out that there were some similarities, even though you don't know each other that well as of yet. Don't forget, you told me the team doesn't do a lot of things well together yet. And you said, we got communication issues. That's what you told me. Did you find you had differences?
Yes.
Mhm. But I like the fact that people linked up, regardless of age or friendship links. That's hard to get men to do too. Like right here, we got men of two completely different generations, but they tried to talk. They didn't find too much in common, but that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean that they can't have a bond. That doesn't mean that they can't have a bond. That's real. Josh, that's real. That's real. You might find your way talking to a young leader. Young leader, you might find yourself talking to Mr. Petaway sometimes when, no one would suspect. Did you find that you had any particular connections?
Yes. Yeah, I would say yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Mm-hmm. 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 Did you find it hard to talk for 3 minutes?
Yes.
No.
And people, I always say people are different. People are just different. Some people can talk for 3 minutes about themselves. Some people can't talk for 3 minutes about themselves. And there's nothing wrong either way. It's that people are just different. People are just different. People are just different. Listen to this. And you don't have to. You don't have to. Is there anybody that wants to just share with the group a little blurb of your conversation? Anybody who doesn't mind sharing a little piece? Go ahead, Demetrius.
Pastor Ty, his government name. Not just a filmmaker, but he has many accomplishments, awards in the industry for his filmmaking.
Okay.
I already knew that he was a proud dad, but just seeing in the way he's speaking was definitely heartwarming as well. Seeing that passion and seeing the how do I put it, the generational courtesy of the cut and by his time of being a proud dad.
Got you. And you said something I'm gonna come back to also that was very, very strong and important. Brother Moore, you want to say something?
Yeah, found out about Brother Demetrius. We had a lot in common. His love for music,
Okay.
love for records, and he said one of his greatest accomplishments was the collection of 700 records that was left to him by your uncle. You said, right?
Really?
Yeah, he spent time cleaning them and
Very cool.
listening to records all the time. So we had music, moved around a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Been to many states.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had a lot in common.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he
Okay.
played the sax. I didn't know that.
Okay, really? Really? Get out.
Okay, I'll step out.
Okay. Somebody else, give me, only if you want to. If you want to. Go ahead.
On both sides, just a lot of the questions, I found out that we were a lot alike.
Mm-hmm.
We had similar reactions to experiences, but different experience.
Mm-hmm.
Like my struggle was when my mom died. So it caused me to do a lot of things outside of the character of God.
Mm-hmm.
I told him I walked away from church.
Mm-hmm.
The crazy part about me walking away from church is the hurt caused me to stay in church.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have a foundation.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was church here, I was there. If it was church there, I was there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And with David, the things that he experienced caused him to wander off away from God and his faith, and to experiment with things that would draw him away from God. But eventually, I guess his willingness to wanting to be better, or understanding that the struggle will get better when I'm back in the house of God. So it kind of connected with me.
Mm-hmm. 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 I like it. No, I'm listening to the whole thing. I like it. Anybody else? There's no pressure.
Yeah.
Josh, and then get Mr. Petaway. Go ahead.
I feel like ours is like two complete different stories. Like one grew up like really, really bad, like to the point where you could have became like a villain, kind of like being real mad and not come to God at all.
Mm-hmm.
The other one just had like a good childhood.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like different things that you could have went different paths with.
Mm-hmm. 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 You made me think of something. Go ahead, Mr. Pat.
I think for me, he is a reminder of what I wish my childhood could have been. His love for his parents, his love for his brothers and sisters. He talked about his love for sports. And on my end, I talked about pain and the things I went through as a child, the abuse that I suffered, from my stepdad, and, things like that. So, he reminded me of, wow, man, like, wow, I wish I could have had a childhood like that. It made me proud, especially how he talked about his love for his parents.
Got you. Yes. Yeah. And that's a conversation from two men who are generations apart. So that's really great. And it made me want to ask everybody in the room now. I might have asked you already. Did you find it hard to listen for 3 minutes?
No, not at all.
Okay. That's super because as I'm listening to Josh, I said, wow, Josh was really listening. And so we talked about listening being the greatest superpower. And I got men really listening to each other, which is really, 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 really weird. Because people don't listen to each other. And I've done this exercise with people, all kinds of people, races, ethnicities, genders, and folk have a hard time just listening. And you guys were listening. You guys were listening. Anybody else want to share anything from their, and you don't have to. Anybody? No pressure from anyone. Come on, Anthony. Anthony.
One thing is we both talk about kind of like how we like our struggle, like kind of like how we like got better with it, or like how we overcame, like you said on the thing. And he said, I said thinking logical and focusing on my future. That like helped me and like made me better. He said that what's it called? Just he kept breathing.
Okay. Right.
So that's something we both had. It was just we both dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
Both dealt with struggle differently. I did it on like more like a try to do it on my own type thing.
Yes.
Like asking myself.
Right. Absolutely. Again, evidence, when you're talking about Christian men, all Christian men should be able to talk together and part of the conversation. Age does not matter. There's nothing that, let's say, Brother Emmanuel, that we're talking about as we're here that the youngsters can't hear. That's how they learn. That's how they grow. Anybody else want to get in? Anything want to share? Anybody? No pressure.
We both have this thing where connection. So he doesn't talk a lot.
Yep.
He's a low talker.
Okay.
And I am too.
Okay.
Contrary to belief.
Okay.
I don't engage necessarily. It takes a while for me to get involved. And then after a while, you do hear me and see me, but for the most part, I just like to play the background.
Got you. Sure. No. And I feel like I'm witness to it because I've been to JITB a number of times and I've seen you. You're just kind of there in the background. Somebody asks you something, hey, yeah. But you're just, yeah, absolutely. That's real. Are you taking anything positive with this exercise? Are you glad you did it? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know you got to go to dinner. I'm going to give you a couple more things and they're going to be brief and then I'm going to let you go. Go ahead, Brother Carl.
Well, me and John was talking, and so the connection was like major struggles that we overcome. Personally, with me, it was drugs, drinking, smoking, selling drugs, all got the add on there, fornication, how we overcome it through the ministry, by fellowshipping, by praying, by seeking God. So that was one of the connection we had.
Absolutely right. Right. And you were able to feel the connection and share. And I take it that you and John had not really talked in depth before. Right. Absolutely right. I can tell by both your reaction. And in 3 minutes, see, that's the power of listening. They only listen to each other for 3 minutes this way and 3 minutes that way. And then next thing you know, almost like a bond was created. They both know each other's struggle. 3 minutes of listening. Right. You had commonality you would have never known. Unless I listened to this man for 3 minutes, I'll listen to this man for 3 minutes. It's fascinating to me. And hold your thought. Listen, is there any, Josh, I'd really rather you didn't do this. Proud of anything that your partner did. Do you feel right? Again, that's fascinating to me because you only converse for 3 minutes. Dare I say, you had 3 minutes of pure fellowship, meaningful interaction. There was no good time had, there was no party. You had meaningful interaction for 3 minutes. Next thing you know, I'm feeling proud of this brother for what he did. I could sense the pride in him about his children. Both brothers were like proud that they overcame some of the same struggles, right? Young brother Anthony, who doesn't really do a whole lot of talking, was willing to do some talking and sharing, right? 3 minutes. We're almost at dinner, y'all. Look at this. I told you in the very beginning, I was going to talk about a couple of things. Eye test. We talked about eye test. I do test. Remember we said that about emotional intelligence? Is it me? Did I have come across with bad body language? Am I coming across real loud? We talked about eye test, right? Then we also talked about eye test, the way that people see me with their own eyes. But I also know that I evaluate others with my own eye test too. So I know this. Hold on to that because we're going to finish with that. Watchdog mentality, gatekeeper. I got brothers in the village now. I'm always looking to see if my brother's all right. I'm looking to see how he's doing. I'm looking to see if he's okay. Mr. Petaway said, I like to sit up front because I'm not going to let nothing happen to Pastor Mike. That's watchdog. It's a gatekeeper. Listen, and I know Pastor Mike is a man of peace. He's a man of love. So he shouldn't have a whole lot of folk trying to run up on him and hurt him. But Mr. Petaway is still, I got to be a watchdog for Pastor Mike. Be a watchdog for another brother. That's real. Gatekeeper. Do I know everyone who walks through the door? Somebody walks through the door. And am I making sure they'll take a look to make sure they're a friend or foe? Doesn't mean I have to be overly aggressive because so many times Christian men get real aggressive with somebody. You might be, hey, how you doing? Nice to see you. Come on, have a seat. But I'm still giving them an eye test. I'm still watching to see what's going on. Eye test. I can be a better eye tester if I'm active, if I'm an usher, if I'm whatever I am, okay? I can get that eye test. You know who's a great gatekeeper in your church? If I'm standing on the stage, over to my right side, there's a little lady. She sits right over there, and that's maybe Regina's. Is that no? It's not Regina because I normally see her on that side. Yeah, because I'm on the stage. She sits right there. Mama D. She's a gatekeeper and a watchdog. That lady knows everything that goes on in the church. She sits right there. She's watching. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Yeah, right. It's watchdog, gatekeeper. It's true. It's true. It's true. Mr. Pettit is a gatekeeper. I want to do handoff mentality in 1 second. Listen to this. Mom OD. Her daughter is Jessica, right? Jessica's mom. Right. Jessica's right. Jessica's mom. Right. I like that lady. She's a gatekeeper. She's a watchdog. She's watching. Before I go, just remember the presence of men makes a difference. Men being active makes a difference. men being visible makes a difference? Because it's your culture. You got a culture. We talked about that, right? But men are the fuel of that culture. Did I help anyone in this room become a better agent of change?
Yes.
All right, listen to this. This is the last thing we do. Pickle, come here for a second. And Pickle's like, I knew he was going to call on me. Pick, just stand here for a second, son. And matter of fact, I'm going to use these little toys that you were distracting me with. I'm going to use those. All right, so look. If you know me, I'm totally in love with track and field. Totally in love with track and field. Been around track and field since I was this high. And there are races in track and field, you've all seen them. You've seen relay races, true? And there are two relays. There's a speed relay, which everybody likes to watch. It's 4x100, and everybody watches. And you know, Usain Bolt in Jamaica, and it's called a blind handoff because they use precision. The hand to stick off the baton, right? And they don't look at one another when they get the baton. I'm not looking, but I'm trusting that Pickle's going to give it to me. But Pastor Moore, I got to pick on him because I got to get more. Pastor Moore, there's something called a sighted handoff. And a sighted handoff is just as beautiful. Hold this, Pickle. Because a sighted handoff means I need to get this stick, this baton, and I'm looking at you. That's why it's sighted. And as I look at you, as you're coming in, because you've run a very hard race, you've run a quarter of a mile, and you can become tired, you can become fatigued, you can start to cramp, all of those things. And me, as your partner, I've got to be able to regulate how you are. If you're strong, I can take off and run faster. If you're weak, I got to come and maybe I have to run some of the extra distance for you. Does everybody understand that? Because you've seen it all before. Because you've watched the Olympics and those kind of things, and it's the 4x400 relay. And so I'm always watching Pickle. Just extend your hand with that little piece of wood. I'm always watching Pickle to make sure we can get it around. And the interesting part about that is you always teach the athletes to have your hand high, raise up high to pick, raise your hand high to get it in case there's a mistake made. If there's a mistake made, I can recover and get it, okay? That's the beauty of the sighted handoff. I'm always looking at my partner before I go. Everybody understands that, right? So listen to this, y'all. This is what we're gonna do. Go back with your partner pick, thank you. Now we all talked about change. We all talked about being men of change. And it doesn't just happen overnight. But I know that you can have a presence and you can have a presence overnight. You can have a presence overnight. I know if every man stood up and started singing, people be looking at what's going on here. I know if more brothers were sitting up front, what's going on here? You can have a presence. But listen to this. If you're going to have a team of men that changes an atmosphere, I tell you, strength is contagious, courage is contagious. Changing an atmosphere takes courage and strength. That's real, true? Listen to this. I know y'all tired. I know you're tired. Listen to this. With your partner, I just want you to take a few moments. I want you to tell your partner some change that you're going to make within yourself that's going to be a change within JITB. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell anybody else. The only person that's going to know is your partner. And then your partner, throughout the coming days and weeks, don't forget he's watching you. He's regulating you. He knows if you're not getting that thing done, or he can say, hey, come on, or he can say, yeah, we're getting this done. That's between you and your partner. Everybody understand that? So you're going to tell your partner some change that you're going to make as becoming a change maker at JITB. And then your partner is also going to share something with you that they're going to do. Everybody understand? And this takes courage. Because when you walked in, you said, look, Darrell, I didn't know I was going to have to partner up with somebody and tell them something I was going to do to make change. I didn't know it was about all that. But it has become about all that because you said you wanted to change an atmosphere. True?
True.
I love John because I don't know, Darrell, kind of true. So right now, you and your partner go ahead and share.
Singing like that, so I told myself that I definitely want to get more involved in singing and rapping. Because it's they make me feel good. And you might not see the words and stuff. You know, it's like saying the word, you feel like, wow, okay, so I get better than that. So you will imagine. So you know, me, my sister,
What's your on? Like to stay. What you say?
Everybody share?
Yep.
Everybody share?
Kind of like a issue. I wasn't, and I told him I'm not being arrogant, but I don't like. I can't say that I can do anything that I'm not already doing. So,
Okay. But I know, Cephas, if that you do a lot. But Cephas, The Rock, Kubiak, I know that I can push the men around me to be better men and push my men to achieve some goals of us as a group so that they feel us as a community.
I'll speak on behalf of him and I'll say, we already see that.
Say again?
We already see that.
I hear you. Oh, great. All right, listen to this. Listen to this, y'all. Great share. He said, I already see Cephas doing what he does. But why don't we adhere to him? Why don't we follow him? How can I be a great leader and want people to follow me if I never follow anybody? How can I one day be a great leader and want people to adhere to what I got to say if I never adhere to anything else that other people have to say? It's impossible. Coaches always, well, I'm a great coach. I do this, I do that. Well, have you ever carried the ball bags for the players? You ever carried the med kit when we go into the gym? We need it, or you don't carry med kits. Great share. Anybody want to say something? Come on in, anybody. Come on. So look, I thought it was a great session, y'all. Great session, y'all. I'm applauding y'all because I'm gonna tell you now, look, y'all, you didn't have to sit here and listen to me. You could say, look, man, I'm out here. Let me go over here by this lake and hang out. But you did. I always respect and love all you guys because you always give me so much respect when I come to JITB. So thank you again, y'all. Thank you. And happy Father's Day. And enjoy. What you say? Okay, thank you. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. And enjoy your dinner, man. Enjoy your dinner. Cool.